this first. Nothing to see here, please.
If you haven't been living under a rock, you'll have heard about the beta test of what is probably the worst kept secret in gaming history: Deadlock, Valve's unannounced game that thousands are playing. And while we are kinda excited to see a really new IP from Valve, there are a lot of people, especially TF2 and Counter-Strike fans, who feel a bit neglected. Well, you are kinda right. But that's no reason to not give Deadlock a chance, cause it's pretty sweet. To explain Deadlock as simple as possible, it's Dota/League of Legends combined with a third-person shooter. So they are diverting from the familiar MOBA thing of the top-down view inherited from old strategy games to venture into a format Valve fans will be more familiar with. Deadlock already feels incredibly good in the beta. Movement is intuitive and easy to learn, yet there are distinct skills to master. Player characters and their abilities as well as their weapons are fully developed. No hero is superfluous. Everyone plays slightly different and is therefore unique. And until now, I have not encountered any problematic skill sets. Strong ones, yes, sure. Even some that can wipe you out in a split second if you aren't paying attention, but it's nothing that couldn't be countered. And I'm staying hypothetical here because I am new to this kind of gameplay, so I got smoked a lot by those who've already really mastered it. But why did ESCalation never learn how to play MOBAs? Well, here is why.
Hey Esc, you wanna play some Dota?
Nah, I'm good.
Counter-terrorists win.
Talking about unique stuff, Valve has introduced small and lovely details. If you are firing from behind cover, the character will lean left or right depending on the situation. Each character has their own zipline travel animation, and the characters react to one another. There are specific voice lines for different kinds of encounters. For a beta test, the amount of bugs are pretty limited, a few performance drops here and there, but I can't recall encountering any real bugs myself, and only one of our friends with whom we played got a blue screen, and I think that was more down to his own computer than the game. Funny thing though, when he reconnected to the game, he got to run around in the ready room while we were all playing the game, and then he fell through the map until being ported into an elevator only to reappear on the proper map. That was kind of interesting. At the moment, the game is still quite beta in some areas. There are textures here and there that have really bad resolution for a game from 2024 and running on Source 2. But to underline again, this is a beta, a real in-development version of a game. A lot of people have had their experience what a beta is really warped by games like Call of Duty and other franchises which have used beta access as some sort of a demo, a marketing tool. They granted beta access while the game was actually already done testing. Looking at you there, Call of Duty Black Ops 6 Open Beta, that isn't a real beta test, that's promotion. On the other hand, Deadlock, this is a real beta. This game is still changing and evolving. The world is still sparsely decorated and not as detailed as one would expect from a finished game, but the design they were going for is already clear. A dark, gloomy version of a fictional New York City. This sepia-filtered world contrasts well with the player's colorful abilities and allows for great visibility. It's quite amazing what Valve did here, considering that just a few months before this beta, they revamped the entire style and setting of the game. It was originally called Neon Prime and was set in a futuristic cyberpunk universe. A massive rework. Hats off to Valve. And I'm curious, what do you guys think of the redesign? The comment section is open, I'm really curious, as the design differences are radical. As in most other MOBAs, you can buy items in shops spread across the map, and there are a lot of them to buy, allowing for combos and upgrades and so on. To ensure that beginners and casuals aren't immediately overwhelmed and stand helplessly in front of the shops, Valve has provided small standard builds for each character. But of course, the community has already expanded and improved upon that. Valve created a menu in which the community can display and vote on their own builds. You can import those into your game, and they serve as a guide. This way, casuals like Lone and I can also enjoy this game and get more out of our own characters without having to spend hours researching what the best way to outfit our characters is. And talking casuals, I have to underline that this game is incredibly accessible to new players. Well, the beta isn't, it's still invite only, but the gameplay itself, despite having a high skill ceiling, it's really accessible. And one thing that struck me as more than positive, I can't emphasize this point enough, I don't have to unlock any characters. I can just play any character I want. Thank you, Valve. You can enjoy this game to the fullest extent from the very beginning. No spending days on grind. We don't know yet how exactly Deadlock will be financed. There's no concrete information on that, but it is likely that this game will be free to play and will be financed through in-game skins, events and the like, similar to Dota and Counter-Strike. And with just a little bit of luck, Deadlock can become a big player in esports, because I can already see matches in which the spectators will go wild, when in a tough fight the losing team turns the tables with a well-executed maneuver. I've had such situations in-game already, and they felt amazing. I'm sure that Valve can get this game right, if they want to. They certainly don't have the pressure that other studios have. They are sitting on their infinite money glitch called Steam. They got the resources to take their sweet time and get this game right. So I'm incredibly curious, what do you guys think of Deadlock? And for those bummed about Counter-Strike 2, no fear. More content is coming. I'm not talking about my video, actually Valve content. There's something in the pipeline. Oh, and by the way, those names you see scrolling by, those are our supporters on Patreon. These guys got to see this video well before anyone else and also have access to our Patreon-only section on Discord. So you might want to consider checking that out. And if you enjoyed what you saw here, give this video a like, subscribe for future content, and just to let you know, there's more where that came from. So, see you guys next time. Until then, have a nice day, and as always, goodbye and guten Tag.